Hello, my name is Sarah Parker. I am the new Academic Deputy at Portsmouth High School. We've put together this short video just to explain the process behind your daughter's next step in her educational journey, which is choosing her options for GCSE study. I'd just like to remind you that Mrs. Davies and I will be available online via Zoom on the evening of Wednesday, the 4th of November, between 6 and 7 p.m. So should you need to ask any further questions, we will be available to answer them in person then. So thinking about GCSEs and what they are. GCSEs will be the qualifications that your daughter will be studying for the next 2 years when she is in year 10 and year 11. They are graded using a scale of 9 to 1, with 9 being the top grade. And I will go into a little bit more detail about what those grades equate to further on in this presentation. Most of the assessment will take place by exam at the end of year 11. There is very little coursework or controlled assessment. And these courses are designed for 2 years of study. You've probably heard about the IGCSE, and they are very, very similar to GCSEs. They are simply an international qualification. That means they are accepted by all UK universities, as well as many other universities across the world. They are a fantastic preparation for further academic study and if your daughter wants to carry on with that subject at A level. The IGCSEs can be graded 9 to 1 in the same way as GCSE, but there are some IGCSEs that still use the A star to G letter grading system. And at Portsmouth High School, English is an example of that. So your daughter's English and English Literature IGCSE will be graded by letters rather than numbers. So you can see from the chart on the screen a little bit more information about those grades and what they equate to. So you can see that a grade 7, 8 or 9 equate to the old A or A star. A grade 4 is now considered the pass grade in the way that in days gone by a C grade was considered to be a pass. A 6 equates to a B grade and a 5 equates to either a low B or a high C. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to reassure you that in terms of how we make decisions about whether to follow the GCSE course or the IGCSE course in a particular subject is absolutely driven by what we think is in the girls' best interest. Our heads of faculty do an awful lot of research into all the specifications that are on offer, and they will choose the specification that they think is best fitted to our girls. So the Year 10 curriculum outline. Your daughters will study 6 or 7 core subjects. They will then opt for 3 GCSEs or IGCSEs where they have that choice in the subjects they pursue. And in total, that will add up to 9 or 10 GCSE subjects. We think this is the optimum number of subjects for pupils to study at GCSE level. We are aware that some schools will do fewer and some schools will do more subjects. We believe too few subjects and the girls will not get that really broad and balanced education that is so important. Equally, we think that if they were doing 13, 14, 15 subjects, it simply becomes an exercise in collecting qualifications. Universities certainly don't look favourably on pupils who have many GCSEs but have no other interests. Top universities are looking for rounded people. So it is really important when we are designing this curriculum that we ensure your daughter does have that broad and balanced education, and she's not doing too few subjects that doors end up being closed for her. But equally, she needs to have time to pursue her hobbies, her interests, her sport, her drama, D&V, and as well just have some time to relax, some downtime as well. That's really crucial, both in terms of developing her into that rounded individual, but also ensuring that her mental health is good and strong so that she can really fulfill her potential. So the core subjects that we deliver at Portsmouth High School, your daughter will leave at the end of year 13 with IGCSEs in English language and in English literature. She will have an IGCSE in mathematics. She will study either IGCSE French or Spanish, depending on what her current language option is. And where there is a degree of flexibility is with the IGCSE science. So all girls will have lessons in biology, chemistry and physics, but where it will vary is the qualification that they are entered for. So some girls will take triple award science, so she will leave with an IGCSE in chemistry, an IGCSE in biology and an IGCSE in physics. That obviously adds up to 3 IGCSEs. Some girls will take a dual award in science, and that equates to 2 IGCSEs in science. And there are some girls that we will recommend that they pursue the single award in science alongside GCSE in food tech. So that will mean she finishes the course with 1 IGCSE in science and 1 GCSE in food tech. And then perhaps the exciting bit, the option subjects. So what I'm bringing up on the screen now are the choices that your daughter has in terms of those 3 subjects that she studies alongside her core GCSEs. There will be many conversations being had over the coming weeks and months with you and with your daughters about what would be a sensible decision in terms of those option subjects. It really needs to be a balance between what your daughter really enjoys and what will be helpful for her, perhaps in thinking ahead to A-level or to even A-level university and career choices. And also that needs to be balanced alongside what she thinks she will achieve the best possible grades in. But as I've said, there will be a great deal of support between now and when those final decisions need to be made. And I've touched on this already. Really important that she does have interest outside of her academic studies, both in terms of ensuring that she will have a good personal statement when it comes to applying to university, but just so that she is able to relax and keep that balance in her life. So in terms of choosing her option subjects, she will fill in a form, and on that form we will ask her to list 4 subjects that she would potentially like to study. We will ask her to rank them in order, and what we say is that the first 2 subjects we guarantee. The third subject we will usually be able to accommodate. In most cases we can accommodate your daughter's 3 choices. However, it is really important that she does list a 4th option and she thinks hard about what that 4th option might be. Occasionally, we do have timetabling issues, timetabling complications, which means that the 3rd option just won't work. So it is worthwhile spending some time talking to your daughter and asking her to think about what that backup subject should be. I'm now going to pass on to my colleague, Mrs. Davies, who will talk about the career support that will be available for your daughter going forward.
I'm currently working with Year 9 as part of the PSHE careers lessons, where we have looked at businesses from small cottage industries to global corporations, and they are beginning to develop an understanding of the roles available within departments and within each company. We believe it's really important for the girls to develop an understanding of how businesses operate as they're making such important decisions about their own future. It's also crucial for them to develop self-awareness as they begin to decide which subjects suit them. So the Year 9s have a number of activities and tasks to complete in the options booklet to encourage a degree of introspection as your daughter chooses the subjects that she will take to GCSE. The options booklet comes home on Friday the 16th of October, and it would be helpful for your daughter to work through these activities when she has some time. Monday the 23rd of November would have been Take Our Daughters to Work Day, and although, of course, the pandemic has seen us cancel the compulsory participation in this initiative, we are still very aware that exposure to the workplace is hugely beneficial to the Year 9s. These companies kindly hosted our daughters last year, and whilst it is no longer compulsory, if you feel that it is at all possible for you to take your daughter to your own place of work for a day, then we would wholeheartedly endorse and support this as a school. And whilst the 2021 Careers Evening in January will look less like this and more like this, it will still very definitely go ahead. I will be working to replicate the event as much as I can digitally. You might recognise the images on this slide as being from the Women Mean Business speed networking event which your daughters participated in at the end of their Year 8. And it is my hope that the Digital Careers Evening in January will be as successful.
So looking at the key dates for your diary, the Year 9 Parents' Evening will be on the 19th of January, and you'll have the opportunity to discuss with all of your daughter's teachers how she is getting on and how well she is suited to their subject. Your daughter has already been given the options form with the options book, and that will be coming out to you in the week before half term, at the end of that week. The annual Careers Evening will be online on the 26th of January on 2021, and the options form should be returned by the 5th of February. This allows us time to draw up the timetable and provide greater flexibility for us to ensure that your daughter gets the choices that she's requested. As Mrs. Parker just said, we guarantee choices 1 and 2, but it is important that your daughter is prepared to have 1, 2 and 4, because very occasionally then that is necessary. But we will get it as close to 1, 2 and 3 as we possibly can. And then your daughter will receive a letter in March confirming the choices from us, and then everything is all set then for her moving forward to Year 10. And I hope that that is helpful in terms of clarifying the dates and the protocol here in terms of preparing your daughter for those option selections. And as Mrs. Parker has said, I will be online with her on the 4th of November, and we look forward to hearing your questions then.